Hello everybody, nice to meet you again in this class. In the previous segment, we already discussed the concept of the Coriolis acceleration and we also learned how to determine the direction of Coriolis acceleration. In this segment, I will give you the sample on analyzing the mechanism that has the coincident point. First, we will do the acceleration analysis of this mechanism. Prior to acceleration analysis, we must conduct the velocity analysis. In this mechanism, the point A at here is the coincident point. That point belongs to the link number 2, 3, and link number 4. Why? Because you can see at here, link number 2 connected to the link number 3 by using the pin joint, and link number 3 connected to the link number 4 by using the prismatic joint. Since link number 2 and 3 is connected by the pin joint, it means that the point A is the instant center of the link number 2 and link number 3. So we can get VA2 equal to VA3 based on the definition of the instant centers. And then we must construct the velocity equation for the point A. Don't forget, if there is the coincident point, we must identify the part of the relative motion. For this simple mechanism, we can identify the part of VA3A4, so we can get this equation. VA3 equal to VA4 plus VA3A4. And then the next step is we determine the direction and the magnitude of each component of the velocity. First is VA3 should perpendicular with O2A because VA3 is equal to VA2. And then VA4 have the direction perpendicular with O4B, and VA3A4 has the direction parallel to O4B. And we know the magnitude of the VA3, and we do not know the magnitude of VA4 and VA3A4. Then, to construct the velocity polygon, first we draw the polygon or the vector that we already know the direction and the magnitude, that is VA3. And we draw VA4 and also we draw VA3A4. So finally, we get the velocity polygon just like this. In detail, you can review it in the last week segment. After we conduct the velocity analysis, we can continue to the acceleration analysis. Again, we can adapt the velocity equation to the acceleration equation. It will become AA3 equal to AA4 plus AA3A4. But don't forget, now AA3 have the component normal and tangential, and AA4 also have the component of normal and tangential, and AA3A4 has the component of the slip acceleration and also the Coriolis acceleration. So the complete acceleration equation will become like this. Okay. Next, we determine the direction and the magnitude. But before then, you can see that the omega 2 is constant. So we can cross out the AA3 tangential because the alpha should be 0. And the direction and the magnitude of the AA3 normal is parallel to O2A, and the magnitude is omega 2 squared times O2A. And for the normal, AA4 normal, the direction is parallel to O4B, but always go to the center of the rotation, and the magnitude is omega 4 squared times O4B. About the tangential, we do not know the magnitude, but the direction is perpendicular with O4B, just like in this line. And AA3A4 slip, the direction is parallel to O4B. And for the Coriolis, the direction is perpendicular with O4B, and then the magnitude is 2 times VA3A4 times omega 4. You can see this subscript should be same with this subscript. If it is a 4, this one also 4. So the magnitude of the Coriolis acceleration is 2 VA3A4 times omega 4. But until here, we know the direction of the Coriolis acceleration is perpendicular. What but we do not know it is going down or going up. So we have to determine it first. How to determine it? First, you draw the vector of VA3, A4, and then we know that omega 4 is counterclockwise. So in the tail of the vector VA3, A4, we rotate in the counterclockwise direction, just like this, you can see. And finally, we get the direction of the Coriolis acceleration, it is go to the left side. Next, to solve this equation, we can use the acceleration polygon. First, we draw the vector of AA3 normal because we know the direction and also the magnitude. Next, we draw the vector AA4 normal starting at the OA because it's already different side with the AA3 normal. Next, we draw the direction of AA4 tangential that is perpendicular with the AA4 normal. And then, next we draw the vector of the Coriolis acceleration. Why we draw the Coriolis first? Because if we draw the AA3, A4 slip, we do not know where to start the direction of the AA3, A4 slip. That's why we draw the Coriolis acceleration first. And you can see AA3 normal and also the Coriolis is separated by the equal sign. That's why in the polygon you can see the head of the vector of the AA3 normal meet with the head of the vector AA3, A4 Coriolis. And finally, we can draw the direction of the AA3, A4 slip. And then from here we can get the vector of AA4 tangential and AA3, A4 slip. So finally, we can construct the complete polygon. From this polygon, we can determine the angular acceleration of every or each link in the mechanism. That's all for this segment. In the next segment, we will discuss more complex mechanism. Thank you for your attention and see you again.